playtime, like bro, like playtime is. I've been trying to tell people, and I think I'm here. I'm here now. Playtime is over, bro.
Mm.
It's so freaking serious out here, man. It's so much so like the enemy be in your face, the devil be in your face, but because we've become so familiar with it and so desensitized
Desensitized, right?
to death,
Mm-hmm.
to all of the evil stuff that is happening, we just think that is par for the course. We just think that is life.
It's normal, right?
And it is normal because we've allowed it to be normalized
Mm-hmm.
and nobody says anything and nobody goes, you know what I mean? Like nobody goes, nah, this is deeper than that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's not, and I'm getting to like like the whole conversation surrounding um Charlie Kirk. I understand how people feel about him. I feel like I lost a friend these past 2 days expressing my viewpoint, or lost a few friends actually, like just expressing my viewpoints on the man himself. Um where I'm not gonna say he was a good guy, but where good is seen as bad and bad is viewed as good. I really need a tag at the front. I don't expect Omari to agree or, or anything like that. But like, these are my views and my views alone. It's just evil has become evil has become such the norm that evil walks around in the day,
Yeah, that's good. Seriously.
and like and good gets shunned.
Yep.
Good gets told to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Good gets told to be quiet. Good gets told, oh, that's why, oh, if you say X, Y, and Z, you're racist. If you say this and that, you're homophobic. If you say this and that, you're a fascist. If you say this and that, you're against this group of people. You know what I mean? Like to the point where you can't say anything in the country where there's supposed to be freedom of speech and stuff like that, and you're viewed as a bigot in all of these things. It's crazy out here. Like literally like the day that it happened, I was like, man, for a moment it made me go, I probably will have I can't ramp up the way that I want to. I can't say the things that I really want to say because I don't want that to happen to me. I don't want my daughter to be fatherless. You know,
Right.
um, I can't say what is true. Again, I'm not saying I agree with everything Charlie Kirk said. I absolutely do not. Record that. I absolutely do not. But I and I know we'll talk about it. But I feel like a lot of the things that he said, it hurts me to say. I agree with him a lot on a lot of in a lot of ways. I may not meet him where he is. You know what I mean? Like how we, you a math whiz, right? So there's more than one way to get to the right answer,
Yeah.
right? I feel
Mm-hmm.
like he would come from a different direction in finding the right answer, and I would come from a whole nother direction where okay, well, I see how you got the answer. Show your work. You know what I mean? I see how you got there. I got here a whole nother way, but we still arrive at the same answer, which we would deem to be correct. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that things aren't what they seem, y'all. Things are not what they seem at all. That's yeah,
What's your profanity?
Right. I'm sorry.
yeah. Still learning the buttons. That wasn't the button I wanted to
That
push.
wasn't a button you wanted. You
I said I didn't say, and I literally started thinking like, did I say something? Did I curse?
Had to try to play it off. Like,
Yeah, because usually if it be me, I'd be slipping up. Like, dang, did I say something?
Todd, that's good. Tell that mean ocean.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, man, we're really in just a crazy time. Like it makes it makes no sense. I said this a while ago. I was talking to a friend, and we were just talking about like when the the stuff in Gaza had first started, right? I was just talking about like, yo, watch how desensitized we become as people,
mm,
where it becomes so normal to see a dead body
mm,
everywhere
mm,
that we just continue, we block it out
mm-hmm,
instead of making, real life change happen. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Like right now, it's been months. It's been almost a year now since this has happened. Last October is when all of this started.
What, Gaza?
Yeah. So,
Probably been what, 2 years now?
yeah, almost, bro. That's insane. Babies are getting killed. Kids are getting killed. You can say whatever you want to say, talking about you're after Hamas, but I don't believe it. At this point, you going for whatever. And that type of stuff is making us desensitized to a lot of stuff. I know that's happening over there, and because it's not in our back door, we don't say a lot of things about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But look at what's happening over here. We're starting to police our own towns. Sundown towns is killing people, and that we
Again,
don't
yeah.
again that we don't even hear about. Kids is
Mm-hmm.
getting shot in schools. So
Mm-hmm.
it's things that are
And it's the
happening,
norm.
and we are
And it don't make
normalizing it. And we
and
just
it
like,
don't make
oh,
the you
it's
know
just
how
another week.
normalized it is? It don't even make the front page news.
Yeah.
The same day Charlie Kirk died, there
Babies
was a
got
school
killed.
shooting.
School shooting. Kids got killed. Babies. It's insane. It's becoming so normal that we like, oh, okay. It's like we have to be numb to how bad it is, just to keep us
Just to keep going.
above one.
Yeah.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? And as black individuals, we just trying to stay out of it. Like we just like, this is this. We done said this so many times. It's
Mm-hmm.
aggravating.
Mm-hmm.
It's aggravating. It's so
Mm-hmm.
aggravating to the point it's just like, I'm over it.
Mm-hmm.
We're over it. So, and to the, that Charlie, I get what you're saying about Charlie Kirk. For me,
I haven't even begun to say what I want to say about him.
okay, you know,
But for you.
for me, I have nothing. I have empathy for his family.
Yeah.
Him leaving a wife and daughter. That's super tough to have, and I don't think anybody deserves to die. Okay, you don't deserve to die in that way, in that fashion, or anything like that. And that's what I have to say about that. Like, I, in fact, like I don't even know how to feel about that happening. It's like what? Like when I seen the news, I was like, what? I was at work. I'm like, what? For what? For what? Like he's not
Nah,
even.
you was like, I broke it to you.
Nah, I had it on my phone already. I was at work when it
I
happened.
got the whole text. You might have gotten when he got shot, but I was like, I texted the group. I was like, Charlie Kirk passed away at 31, and you was like, nah, he just got shot. He ain't not dead. I was like, let me just sit in the. I'm not lying about somebody dying.
Yeah, right.
I
And then
was like,
because I literally just heard that he had got shot, and then he was like, "Yeah, he passed away." I'm like, "Dang, that quick? Like what? What
mm,
happened?" Then I started to look at the videos and all of that type of stuff, and then actually seeing it happen, I'm like, "Whoa,
yeah,
that's insane!
seeing it is crazy.
That's insane!" In such a public place, around nothing but school students and stuff like that, for speaking, I guess, your mind or whatever the case may be. I don't agree with a lot of his things he says. I'm on the contrary to Charlie Kirk. I really didn't listen to him if I don't have to listen to him. You understand what I'm saying? So
Right.
for me, he wasn't nothing like that.
Mhm.
A lot of the things that he would say, I'm like, dude, where are you getting these statistics from? Because when people use percentages, it's hilarious. Percentages of what? Of what area? Of what number? Because percentages can always change and vary because of what you put your parameters around. So
Mhm.
that's like just like those graphs that they be putting up for Trump and everything else like that. Those parameters that you set up is only looking good for you. We do that for work all the time. People do that at work all the time. Yeah, we 50% better. Oh, from when? From what?
From where? Mhm.
From where? From yesterday? Yeah, maybe you are. But that that type of stuff, for the most part. But yeah, that's where I feel like now. I just it's just really really crazy to see, to witness, to be able to see this live and stuff like it's insane.
And for people, here's my issue above everything else. Not talking about people being happy. I think the world is evil. I think we live in a fallen world. I'm not surprised when the world is wicked. I'm never surprised. But when I hear and see Christians happy about somebody dying. Oh, no. Happy about somebody being killed in the prime of their life. Literally shot down in the prime of your life. 31 years old is extremely young. Are you doing that?
No, it's doing it by itself.
Like when you get quiet, like it gets like real intense or something? Like
I have no clue, but I'm
Um,
listening.
um I have a problem with that. I have a problem. You said something earlier. Help me, Lord. If you don't help me, I won't be helped. I don't know what I'm about to say. But you said something earlier about like you don't feel like anybody deserves to die. And I agree with you from a standpoint of from a worldly perspective. I agree.
Mhm.
For believers, we believe that is what we deserve. We deserve death. I'm going somewhere. We believe that we all deserve death. But you know what I mean, because all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God and all that, though, God is holy and we're not holy, that whole thing, which is very true, in my opinion. So if under that, we live under grace, and then to knowing that and quote unquote believing that can look at somebody, look at what happened to him and laugh about it, be jovial about it, even, is absolutely absurd and sickening to me. Like him, love him, hate him, this dude was doing a lot for the faith. Like him, love him, hate him, dislike him. He was doing a lot. He was doing a lot more than a lot of people are doing for the faith. 10 minutes before he died, he shared the gospel. And people want to say, hey, he wasn't no Christian. He wasn't. I'm like, bro, he was probably more of a Christian than a lot of people are right now. So like, I guess when I'm feeling away, I'm not just feeling away as an American citizen. I want to be very clear. I am not a Republican. I am not MAGA. You won't catch me with no MAGA hat. And I love hats. That is not a hat that I will be wearing. Not just because it's like the font is ugly and like the hat itself is like this, like terrible, just a terrible hat. But like, I don't believe in it. I think MAGA means make, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it means what they're saying that it means. We all know what they really mean when they're saying that. But like, I'm not just upset as an American citizen. I'm upset and saddened as a believer in Christ, and as a person in society, like where we could live in a society where people can champion a person, a champion a death of a person who didn't kill anybody. You know what I mean? It wasn't like doing stuff to kids. You know what I mean? Or like he wasn't like a tyrant. He had views and opinions that people disliked, and had quotes that people disliked. And then like y'all like when he died, y'all like ding dong, the witch is dead. Hurts my soul. I got more I could say, but I'm letting you hold it for now. What, you got something to say?
No, I'm indifferent. I don't like a lot of the things. Like I said again, I although he was a person who definitely, I want to say this correctly. He would definitely preach the gospel. However, it was also draped in a different way, connotation. Like, so you preach the gospel, but then you also talk about how there needs to be casualties. And I'm like, okay, why do you feel like as though that we have to have some people that die in order for us to have freedom of speech?
And this,
and that's what I don't get.
but this is what I mean. Where people will take a quote or they'll take a clip and use that clip, you know what I mean, like to support their agenda. Again, I don't know this man, but I can do deductive reasoning. And I know how the media works, and I know how editing works. And I know how, like, when you having a debate, how you could say something, I'm not going to say something that you don't really mean, but you could say something really brash and really quickly just to get on with whatever is happening. You know what I mean? So that was a question posed to him. I know what you're talking about. That was posed to him. They were like, oh yeah, they were like, so what about these? Do you think it's worth it that these people die? No. He was like, if that's the number, if 2 is the number or whatever it is, he was like, yeah, then it is what it. He was like, I think that's worth it in order to da. I don't know if that's draped in hate. Is it draped in love? No. But like, his name is Charlie Kirk, not Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? Like, there is nobody I could look to, and there's nobody I could look to and say, this person gets it right all the time. They say everything. They say everything right all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. I get that they don't say everything right all the time, but it's what you say and how you said it, and it's how often you said it. He said that multiple times. He said it in different instances. It's cool if you say it in one debate. All right, cool, I get it, because things get heated. You be like, all right, I'm just kind of get it out. I got to get this off. Yeah, for the sake of the argument. But if you're saying it multiple times and that becomes a staple of who you are, then that is who you are, and that's what you mean.
And I don't stand by that statement, but I know there were other statements made where like, oh well, he's a racist. I'm like, I don't. Here's what I said to my friend who I think I lost as a friend earlier today, because we were talking yesterday. We were talking. Yeah, I think it was. No, it was like a couple of days ago. We were talking, and she was like, "What do you think about all these Christians telling us not to be happy about him dying and this, that, and the third? Like, what about that?" And I was like, I just let her talk for a minute, and I was like, oh, I was like, you're probably not gonna like what I gotta say, you know, but you know, so she brought up a few things about him talking about, you know, like he's real big on was big on DEI,
Against.
right? Yeah, real big on being against it. He opposed DEI. I'm going two places at one time. Here's what I said to her today. I'll just say that what I said to her today, because I feel like I figured it out. Because I spoke to Colin too. He kind of brought it up. He was like, I don't, not to throw him under the bus. I'm not throwing him under the bus, but he's like, I don't think that he was racist. I think it's white ambivalence. And I was like, yeah, like white ignorance or whatever. But I feel like I got a better understanding of it today. Because I've been watching this man's stuff all week long. Since the moment I heard about it, I was watching, I was like, why do they hate him? What did he say? What does he continually say? I'm not going off of some freaking clips to say, oh, this is the sum of who you are over some 20-second, 15-second clips. I'm not doing that. I think a person's life is worth much more than that, and has much more and is more to be looked into than just to say, oh yeah, this is who you are, just based off of some comments that I heard that weren't necessarily favorable or congratulatory. I'm not doing that. I'm going to see what you're saying and what you're continually saying. So I got a better understanding of where he stands. Do I always agree? Absolutely not. There's some things that he said about George Floyd that I don't agree with. Some of what I've heard, like in totality of what, you know, like, oh, this isn't a clip. This is a person posing a question. Here's him answering answering the question in totality. Where he was saying that it was, you know, George Floyd died. He didn't die of him putting his knee on his neck. No, he did. That's a fact. That's not true. What you're saying is not true. Y'all trying to say that he just that a white man just arrested him and pinned him down because he was black. No. That's not what happened. Derek Chauvin knew him. They know each other. They had run-ins at the club. This was not just a random arrest. This was, I'm getting you back for the other day. That's what this was. So like you telling me that it wasn't that George, I don't know if he ever said that he deserved it or not. He better not have said that. But that whole thing about him, you know, about the whole George Floyd thing, I don't agree with. I don't agree with that. And the evidence shows that what he's saying is not true. Oh, he died of this. No, he did not die of an overdose. He died of that man putting his knee on his neck, even after many times of him pleading that he couldn't breathe. Now, so I'm not lost. Like I haven't drank anybody's Kool-Aid. It's still Keith. I'm still me. Now, this DEI situation, like when he goes, yeah, I'm gonna hop. So they take this clip. He's like, when I get on the plane and I see a black pilot, I'm gonna wonder if they're qualified. His understanding of DEI was that black people or minorities were just getting opportunities just for opportunity's sake. And so it's not to say that he thought that black people were inadequate or inept or anything like it. That's not to say that. I'm not saying that he don't think that. I don't know that man's psyche, but it's not to say that. It's where he was coming from in that quote was saying, the people that are getting these opportunities, they're passing them through. They're getting them in there and through there quicker than they normally would. So I'm gonna wonder if they're qualified to fly these planes. If I see this black person, did you go through all of the stuff that you needed to go through in order to fly these planes, or is this just a DEI type of situation? I'm giving them credit on that.
I'm not giving them no credit on no DEI situation.
No, I don't agree with him. I don't agree because here's the thing. DEI, what people don't understand about DEI, not that I think that it's a perfect solution to anything. I don't, because I don't think it's a perfect solution, but here's what people are missing, why it was put in place to begin with. Right?
It was to stop and combat nepotism and capitalism at the workplace. You just because you my son, I ain't going to just give you the job. There's more qualified people, more qualified individuals, women, men, minorities, whatever, black, white, and indifferent, that can fulfill this job and fulfill this role, other than your son Jimmy, who don't know nothing and wants to get a job.
Right. And so we agree. So my thing is, like, the whole thing is, we weren't getting those opportunities. We weren't even getting those looks. It's kind of like, I was saying this to my white counterpart last night, early this morning. I was like, it's like the Rooney Rule. I was like, are you familiar with the Rooney Rule? He was like, no. I said, so the NFL instituted this rule that when a team was interviewing a new coach for their teams, they had to interview a black person for the job. Now, why is that? Is that perfect? No, because they would never hire the dude. But it is to say, because it's imperfect, it's just to say, like, look, it's to promote the opportunity. It's to promote, hey, potentially, you know what I mean? Like, give them a chance to be in the room. Give them a chance to prove themselves. Y'all straight up already dismissing them, and y'all don't even interview black coaches. Y'all don't even interview coaches of color. You know what I'm saying? So both are imperfect. No, it's not right. But people are imperfect, and people are partial. You know what I mean? They're imperfect, but they're partial. So, so I don't agree with him on that. But it's like, I think sometimes in a way in which he would say things, I think it's the stance that he would take on certain things. But I will say this, out of a lot of the videos that I watched, there were so many where this man had so much compassion for people, and even so much compassion for people, like, what, no matter who it was, Asian people, Indian people, black people, whoever would get up there, transgender people, homosexual people. The way in which he, a lot of times, I'm not going to say every time, but I guess a lot of times it would come like when they would be like rude and be opposing him. Of course you would see like a little bit of a switch, but I don't like at times it just seemed like just clear, flat out lies oftentimes about how this man felt, and about, because they were calling him a fascist. And you might agree that he was a racist. I don't hear racism. I hear, so going
prejudice.
back to,
I definitely hear prejudice.
I hear prejudice, but here's why.
For sure.
Here's why I hear prejudice. This is what I was saying. I think I was like, okay, I finally got the wording for what I think this is. He is a privileged evangelical white boy. And that's what I hear. I hear a young man who ain't never been through nothing.
Mm-hmm. You have to live it. You know what I'm saying?
You don't know anything about the black experience, because what he thinks is he thinks he's being equal, and he thinks because he seems like one of those guys, or seemed like one of those guys who didn't see color, right? And so you don't understand why, right? So you don't yeah, and you should see color. You should see color. You should see the difference. You should see the difference between me and you. You should see the side eye that this waitress is giving me as opposed to you. You should see that. You should see the treatment that you're receiving as opposed to me. You should see that if you really are trying to make a difference. His Achilles heel, in my opinion, was the inability to see other people's plight. Not from a standpoint of racism, but from the standpoint of this rose, yes, the privilege.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, bro, like you don't, like, oh, don't you have the same opportunities that I have? This one black girl was saying, she was like, on paper I got the same privileges as you, but I really don't. I don't. You know what I mean? Like, if they see me, they see you, chances are they're going to pick you over me, whatever it may be. Because you are privileged, because you benefit from the system, you can't see these things. I think racism is very intentional, whereas the privilege is very unintentional. Like, where it's like, I don't see, so because this isn't happening to me, it's not happening to anybody else. And that's not the case. And I think that, and if we're going to say anything is the problem with him, if he's a poster boy for anything, he's a poster boy for the problem in America. That's the problem. I'm just not, and people are mad at me because I'm not ready to call him a racist or a fascist. I think he was definitely impaired. I'm just not ready to say, oh yeah, you're a racist. I think you don't know certain things, and you're unwilling to know certain things. You're definitely ignorant.
Very, very much so. Very stubborn, stuck in the ways. He's definitely a change my mind type of person, but he's not letting you get through it at all. Yeah. At all. And if you start making sense, he got to talk over you and change and pivot the question.
Mm.
I've been watching Charlie for a long time, man. But yeah, again, like I said, I don't think he deserved to die for having an opinion.
Yeah.
But I never cared enough about him to be like, all right, to care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's really where it is for me. Especially with other things, while other things are happening, while other people are dying, while just the world is in shambles. America's in shambles right now. And we're, yes, that what happened is tragic.
Yes.
But let's not forget what else is happening here. You know, so like it's just a lot. It's really a lot going on. And we as America is, we cover they cover what they want to cover. You know what I'm saying? We don't get the full truth. We don't get the full anything anymore. Everything is propaganda.
That's the word. So, that's the word, propaganda.
Sucks. Sucks.
I think we could find so many clips to support either side of this situation. But I just want to be on record and saying, again, I'm not MAGA. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a liberal. I'm not a conservative. I value human life. Now, when they captured Saddam Hussein or Osama bin Laden, when they captured Osama bin Laden and killed him, I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. Why are you making that face?
What you mean by that?
I get the joy that people had when they said that he died. You literally were a threat to people's lives. I get it. You know what I mean? And I don't know if you did it or not. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a whole daggone conspiracy theory that Osama bin Laden isn't even a real person. They just needed a person to. Let me say this. Let me not say that before we get banned from every daggone thing. You know, I'll be quiet.